I just want to do some reaction because honestly, I'm just rather good of a yapper than anything. So we're watching the current state of VTubing, a retrospective. Do I know what retrospective means? Yeah, like I knew what retrospective means. Okay, see, that's the thing. Like, I feel like it's a bad mentality. It's a bad mentality for a lot of VTubers to just think like, oh, I'll just do a bunch of auditions and hope I get into a corporation and get famous off of VTubing, and that's the only way you can be good as a VTuber. But I mean, let's be real. As much as all the obstacles that we may face and stuff like that, if you're really smart about it and market yourself in a good way based on your personality and just be true to yourself, I feel like you can get those numbers up with like getting more than 10 CCV and all that stuff. Even I'm not using the analogy, that's crazy. But it's just, yes, it's a lot of work, but you shouldn't have a bad mentality of like, you know, oh, VTuber is just dead, it's stale, I'm not gonna do it because like I'll get overshadowed with all these big VTubers. Yeah, you like, sure, that is a good argument, but if you make good clips and stuff and people like you for your personality that you showcase through your shorts or videos, you will see a lot of progress and stuff. I mean, a lot of people tend to gravitate towards VTubers and stuff with like great personality and just overall great communication with their viewers and stuff on their lives. And you know, literally I've been yapping for like maybe 5 minutes about VTuber friends and I just literally hit a roadblock. So basically, it's so difficult to try to find a VTuber friend or friends because, I mean, let's be real. We all want to have a nice VTubing friend group or something so you all can play together and have some fun, make some memorable clips to, you know, be able to make shorts about, whether it be on TikTok, YouTube, and get yourself out there so that people can see your personality and how you interact with other people, you know? Like, that's kind of like gold. But trying to find VTuber friends is like how I mentioned, trying to win the lottery, because you don't know any of these people truly, and you're just hoping like y'all can get along and have a nice chat and hopefully not have some issues later down the line with like drama and all that stuff, and then someone makes a Google Doc about you or something. Like, that'd be kind of crazy, man. Like, no one wants to deal with that. Like, it's just difficult. There is probably content that you like that you want to make videos about, but then the niche for it is so small that no one's gonna see it. And this case can be very different from what I'm mentioning, but like, still, if you're doing a niche that's kind of like overshadowed by other niches, like you're not going to see a lot of like performance essentially, unless you just, I don't know, play Roblox and steal a brain rot on Fortnite or Roblox. I always see people giving this advice for streaming on Twitch: only reach out to other content creators first. Bro, I kid you not, I literally had a viewer told me like, hey, try to ask this guy for a collab, and then he was literally probably like way more with followings, but then all of a sudden for some reason he has like a big following, but then he has like 10 viewers, and I'm like, and then I tell him like, hey, you know, I heard from this viewer of yours if like maybe we can do a collab or something. And let's be real, like, if you're a big creator and you see someone with like zero followers, you're not gonna accept their invite to collab. But this guy literally just egoed me kind of and just didn't say anything. I just told him like, hey, thank you for reading my response or giving the time, or even giving your time to even have your eyes read it. And then he said thank you. He said thank you in response to me saying thanks for checking my chat, and just didn't respond to my invite saying like at least no or something. Like, I don't know, I felt a little salty that I didn't even get a reply when I told him like if you want to collab. He didn't give me a yes or a no. Like, I would rather hear a no than nothing at all, you know? But anyways, that's just me, you know. To an extent, you can say that this does work out. Yes, you will have collaborations and it'll be much easier than a 10 CCV streamer collabing with a 100 CCV streamer, right? Like, this is totally easier and manageable to get collaborations with other smaller streamers, right? But even though you might have your audience size thinner, you might make memorable moments in the stream and be able to market yourself with those clips and stuff from the collaboration to bring in more viewers and stuff, you know? Okay, it is true, this segment, that you have to have random clippers blow you up and maybe shoutouts helping you, right? And oh, this last part kills me. Like, I always thought about that as like, I always joke to myself, like, what if I do something controversial and make beef with someone and then get people to just gravitate towards me? Like, but no, it's like, I don't know. As much as like it's a hee hee ha ha moment to think about, but like, you don't want to be an a-hole, man. Trust me, you don't want to be an a-hole. If anything, if you really want to be somewhat controversial, I mean, here's the thing. Like, there's some creators that I see, not even only VTubers, like even just regular content creators, they make some very questionable actions, and I would want to personally, if I had the time and effort to put a video about it, I would make actual criticism about the person. Like, I would be like, I don't really like how this person is doing this and that. The bills can't be so high that you resort to this action and stuff, but I will make the claim and be honest and be like, hey, I'm jealous. You have a lot of viewers and being successful with doing some of the most weirdest stuff, but I respect that you're doing that specific action for the grind, you know? It's not harming anybody or anything. I just tend to be a little jealous and question somewhat of like why you do this content and why it's so popular, you know? Like basically having an opinion but being respectful about it. Wait, what? I don't know. Excuse me for me laughing. It's not a laughing matter at the fact that like this stuff about like the corpo contracts and stuff. It's just funny how it went from like how it becomes so serious and then it becomes like it gives you a whole curveball, you know? Because this is some actual like real stuff that's happening. Like you've seen stuff like this happening with like all these big companies and even the ones that are just like basically gone bankrupt. I forgot which one it was. I think it was like or something. It's serious, but you know, sometimes some texts to me are seen as curveballs and I tend to giggle a bit, you know, so pardon me for that, but of course it's serious. And yeah, it's a good plus to be in a corpo, get free friend groups and free extended social circles, and like you get a lot of the workload taken off from you with like editing, uploading and stuff. All you gotta do is stream and then the rest is up to the corpo to like do their job, right? That's good. And then the thing is, you're gonna be focusing on doing a bunch of auditions for corpos and stuff rather than try to make a brand for yourself. But I feel like nothing beats having your own brand whenever you can. And that's the thing, like even though I'm saying all this stuff, you have to make a brand for yourself before you even go into corpo and stuff, because you need to look at your channels and stuff. And then get insanely lucky. I don't know how insanely luck works when it comes to VTubers getting traction and stuff. The thing I presume is like a viral clip that they post on their own channel, those VTubers, and then they go crazy, right? And then a mass following starts showering them, whether it be from doing content related to other bigger streamers, like kind of giving their one piece or something, or like, how can I say it? I don't know if it's true. This is all my speculation. Do not send hate or anything. Feel free to correct me. But like, let's say Aqua or like one of those VTubers that like talk about Vedal and stuff and like the harem and stuff like that. By the way, this is all just like things that the viewers of Vedal created, that narrative, like the harem and stuff. Vedal acknowledges it, but like he's fine with it, but just don't negatively cause any issue to anyone related to that narrative that the viewers created, right? But for example, those VTubers that talk about Vedal and stuff and then like, you know, thirsting for him and stuff respectfully, people like that and then see the clips of it and then want to like, you know more about the person, and then that VTuber gains more traction and stuff. And I mean, that's one way to get some luck with like some viewers, right? And of course, this is not the only method of getting lucky. This is just something that came to mind because I've been seeing this and seeing VTubers that I've never heard about only when they push themselves with another VTuber or creator to get some traction, you know? And it's not like kind of like leeching, but it's kind of just adapting to the meta, kind of like if someone's talking about Vedal and like everyone is watching about him, you're gonna want to make videos about Vedal to get some traction too, you know? I've thought about this. I've thought of doing like ad stuff. Like I thought maybe it would be cheap and then I can get like some viewers and stuff, but let's be real. I'd rather spend that money on ad revenue to get some Panda Express, Subway, or burgers. I love my food. And if I'm ever gonna waste money on something nowadays, besides my irresponsible spendings in the past, I'm gonna be spending my money on food. Let's be real, we all know this. If you want to be popular as a VTuber or content creator in general, literally just find the most trending thing and talk about it, or make content related to it that you can implement. Yeah, it's like, oh, I really wouldn't want to be someone that I'm not in order to get views, you know? Like, I kind of want to be myself and be unhinged or whatever the fuck. Like, you know, like Pippa, like I want to be like Pippa, you know, like being able to talk of whatever and like just say whatever, kind of like you would see her as like this cute anime girl, and then she's like, fuck off. Like, who the fuck are you? It's so funny. I love Pippa. Because let's be real, if you're a VTuber and you feel like, oh, VTubing is dead, VTubing is this, it's not. Nothing is dead. It's like streamers telling you that are big that streaming is dead and you shouldn't be doing that. I mean, I just think they don't want competition. And you just literally gotta apply yourself and see what people are doing to get to where they are right now, especially indie VTubers. But yeah, that's my own 2 cents on my reaction. Hopefully this is not gonna backfire, this first reaction. But yeah, go check out this this channel, DuwiEXE. I just saw her just recently today, so I do like her. Might not give a stub. You guys should too, because without this video, I wouldn't even be making a content video right now, or a reaction video, respectively. That's my opinion from someone who's barely even pulling in any views. And adios.